are actually some differences when it comes to coding. Okay, so sa Turbo C++, 'di ba, when we do our preprocessor directive, we do include iostream.h. Kaya lang dito sa dev C++, there's no need for that h. It's just hash include iostream. Okay? And one thing, we no longer need to do include conyo.h, yung console input output natin. So no need for this one because for dev C++, it's already automatically integrated that once you compile and run the program, a console window will pop up for the output. Okay? So, pero here, maglalagay lang tayo ng using namespace std. Yan dyan. And normally kasi in Turbo C++, we do the void function type for the main. So dito kasi nanghihingi siya ng specific function type. So normally we do int main. Then automatic, tingnan nyo, pansinin nyo, what happened if we type in an open curly brace? Automatic may partner na siya, di ba? Tapos pag hinit nyo enter, di ba, nag-i-indent na siya ng kusa. So for aesthetics and formatting, nagkakaroon na siya ng tawag doon, nagkakaroon na siya ng indention. Okay, so since may int main tayo dito, ilalagay lang natin dito return 0 sa dulo. So lagi yang may return 0. So no need for get ch, no need for that, no need for clr scr. No need for this. No need for clr scr and no need for get ch. Okay, so yan, so importante sa loob ng main mo may return 0. All right. So yan. So let's do a simple program. So for example, cout hello world. Diba? Cout hello world. So what will happen? So same din, kailangan i-save mo muna siya. So save. So for example, save ko siya sa desktop, then my file name will just be test.cpp. Ayan. And then, after that, so you have the option to compile it first. Then after compiling, then run the program or compile and run. So meaning, if we click the compile and run, it will compile first and then afterwards, it will automatically run the program. Okay? So, pag compile, so i-compile niya muna. So, dahil wala akong semicolon dito. Yan. So, compile. May kita naman na yung compilation results. So your compiler will tell you if it detects an error or warning. So in this case, wala naman, 'di ba? 0 0. So now, let's run the program. So yeah. 'Di ba? Mas user friendly, yung interface niya mas madaling makita. Tama? Compared to Turbo C. Okay, question? Okay. So, and also last time, we were able to discuss, or you guys were able to learn what are the basic syntaxes that we use for C++, especially for input and output. Tama? Pag output, if we are going to display or print something, we use the syntax cout. How about if the system will ask the user for an input? So what do we use? What syntax?
cin, sir.
Cin, tama. Okay. And syempre, just a review. So any variables that we are going to use sa program natin, dapat kilala or alam ng compiler natin. And how does our compiler know or understand that there's a variable that we are going to use. So what do we do? We first what? Kasi for example, kapag naglagay ako na dito ng a is equals to b plus c, will it run? I mean, will the compiler know who is A, who is B, and who is C? What are they? Hindi, 'di ba? So what do we do first in order for our compiler to understand, or in order for our compiler to know who is A, who is B, and who is C? We do
Yung integer, sir.
Sir, initialize a variable.
no that when you say initialize, you are storing initial value sa variable. Tama, yun yung initialization eh. For example, A is equals to 10. So you are initializing A with the value 10. Pero the correct term would be you need to declare, 'di ba? You need to declare the variables. And how are we declaring a variable? So first, we need to indicate what is its data type, 'di ba? So we have already discussed the different data types. So normally, for the variable, so for example, integer, pag sinabing integer,
Single digit.
not single digit, whole number. Kasi what if 250? Hindi siya single, 3 digits yun, di ba? But still, it's an integer. So when you say integer, it's a whole number, meaning no decimal places. Yun, integer. So we first declare the variable. So, okay. So now, what if, so we are now going to discuss the first control structure. 'Di ba we have 'di ba during our prelim, so we have discussed the theories of structures, 'di ba, of control structures. So the first control structure that we need to apply now, since we have already discussed the theory, is the conditional or selection control structure. Pag sinabing selection or conditional control structure, yun yung may if else, 'di ba? So yung may if else. So ngayon, syempre, since this is an actual program, an actual computer language, then there's a proper syntax that we need to use. Hindi siya tulad ng pseudocode na kahit ano, basta maintindihan. This is no longer a pseudocode. This is no longer a fake code. This is already an actual code. So hindi yan gagana hangga't mali yung code mo. So if you enter an incorrect syntax, then you will get a syntax error. Okay? So okay, so what if uh, so yan. So this is our first scenario, for example. So this program will test if a number is positive, negative, or zero. Okay, so first, syempre, for the user, we need to display or print something. So for the user to read what is needed. So for example, cout, enter a number. Oh, sorry. So, yan yun. Kapag nag-type ako ng double quote, automatic meron na siyang another double quote. So, enter a number. Then, of course, so cout, it will display or print out the string enter a number. So, what do we need again if we are going to ask the user for an input? What syntax?
See it.
Scene po.
In. Okay, cin. So, pag cin, after that, di ba yung dalawang greater than sign, meaning it will push the input to a variable. So, for example, ang variable natin is num. So, ibig sabihin, so once the user type in whatever value, it will store to the variable num. Pero the question is, will the compiler know what num is? Hindi, kasi hindi pa natin siya nade-declare. So, pwede natin siya i-declare. So, int num. Ibig sabihin, num will only accept what data type?
Full numbers.
Integers.
Integers or whole numbers, correct. Okay, so ano yung condition natin? The program will test if the number is positive, negative, or zero. So, since 'di ba nag-flowcharting at nag-pseudocode programming tayo, so what do you think would be the best way to code this? Ano yung first condition na paano natin siya i-code? So kung ako, itatas ko muna if equal siya sa zero. 'Di ba? So itong code, if, then the condition, so if num, so if num is equals to 0 or if num is double equal sign to 0, what should I use?
Double equal, sir.
Double equal. Bakit? Bakit double equal sign is equals to 0 and not equals to 0?
Kasi sir, kapag sinabi mong equal lang, ibig sabihin yung number is 0.
Pag double equal sign,
Pag double equal sign naman, sir, ibig sabihin po, tawag dito, yung number is
ini-evaluate natin or tinetest natin kung
Zero.
equal ba siya sa 0. Diba? So, if num is equal to 0, then cout, pwedeng num, ayan, num is 0. Okay? Tapos, next. So, for example, hindi na satisfy or hindi na for example, I entered 5. Of course, hindi masasatisfy yung unang condition natin. So, anong next na statement ko dito? Will it be else or else if?
Else if po, sir.
Else if. Kasi pag else, ato lang yan. Kapag else, dalawa lang option mo. Kapag hindi na satisfy sa first condition mo, wala nang ibang pupuntahan, yung else lang. Pero kapag gumamit ka ng else if, ibig sabihin, if the first condition is not satisfied, then it will test the second condition. So kapag hindi daw equals to 0, so we have else if num, for example, greater than 0. So kapag daw na satisfy yung else if, which is num is greater than 0, then we are going to print out num what is, so what do we call the integers that are greater than 0?
Positive.
Positive number.
Positive. Okay. Okay, next. Do I still need for else if num is less than 0 or no? Do I still need this?
No
No
po,
po.
sir.
No na, kasi wala namang iba eh, 'di ba? If num is not greater than 0, then therefore num is less than 0, tama? So else na lang. Cout num is negative. And okay. So test natin ngayon if it will work. So compile muna natin just to make sure. Okay? No errors, no warnings. So pero lagyan natin siya ng lagyan natin to ng cout end line para hindi siya dikit. Yan. So kapag tira natin siya, it will ask the program will ask for a number. So if we enter 0, then 0 is 0. Tama? So kapag niran natin siya, so nag-enter tayo ng positive number. So for example, 10. So 10 is a positive, then it should say 10 is positive. And then, let's test another one. So if we run this and we enter a negative number, let's say negative 5, then it should say negative 5 is negative. Tama? Did we get the correct answer? Is there any logical error? O wala naman?
Wala, sir.
Wala.
Wala po.
Okay, good. Okay, so may mga cases din na, let's say, if statement, yung mga statements natin ay multiple lines. So for example, if it satisfies the first condition, then the compiler will execute multiple lines ng statements. Dito kasi one line lang, di ba? For example, if num is equal to 0, ito lang. Pero if multiple lines, for example, cout, magpiprint siya ng cout, ng another cout here. Or, sabi natin na mabuhay. Tapos, kapag yung dito naman, mag-print out siya ng GRU. Tapos, kapag, siya dito madaling mag-copy paste. Control C, Control V lang. Yan. Tapos ito naman, mag-print out siya ng Rizal. Okay. So what if ganito? Kailangan dalawa. I mean multiple lines yung ipiprint niya once a condition is satisfied. So kapag ganyan, kanina pwede kasi one line lang, 'di ba? So kapag ganyan na multiple, so we need to enclose them in a curly brace. So kailangan nasa loob yan ng curly brace. Para saan? Para malaman ng compiler mo, na kapag na-satisfy yung condition na to, ano yung i-execute niya? Itong dalawa. Gets? So same thing, same goes with dito. Na dahil multiple lines yung kailangan i-execute na compiler, kapag na-satisfy tong else if, yan, and then else. Nagets? Where do we use these curly braces?
Yes, sir.
Execute natin. Oh, yan, wala. So ngayon, i-run na natin siya. So for example, if the number is 0, what's our kapag nag-enter ako ng 0, what will be our expected output? 0 is 0 tsaka yung mabuhay, di ba? Ay, hindi, kalimutan ko pala. Dapat ito ay JRU. Okay. So now, what if we run it and then we entered a negative value, negative 8. So dapat ano yung pasok sa negative? Ito, 'di ba? Dapat yung may result siya. So tama ba? Na-capture ba yung result? Tama. Kasi ito yung dapat niyang i-execute na dalawa kapag nandito na siya, kapag napunta siya sa else. Compile ulit, i-run ulit natin. So, ba't kinompile ko? So, i-run ulit natin siya. Tapos, pag positive, dapat yung GRU. Okay, are we clear? clear, guys?
Yes po, sir.
Opo.
Okay. So now, pagsamahin naman natin yung arithmetic tsaka relational operations natin. Okay. So for example, you will create a program that will, yes, Fernandez, do you have a question?
Sir, nagtatry po kami ng ginagawa niya pero hindi po gumagana dun sa Dev C++ namin.
Saan kayong gumagawa?
Sir, sa may computer po ng library.
Bakit kayo nasa school in the first place? Eh, di ba dineclare na
Sir,
online today?
akala po
Hindi
kasi
po
namin
nag-announce yung first subject po natin.
Okay. So, tawag dito, ano yung nagiging error? Can you share screen?
Sir, wait lang. Yung ganito po. Tinatry po. Wait lang.
Mm.
Sir, yung ganito. Nagko-compile po kami. Yung, wala naman pong error. Pero ano po, ayaw niya po mag-run. Ganyan lang po.
Hindi ko makita. How will I tawag dito? Make your screen. Ayan.
Tapos po, kapag nirun po namin, ganyan lang po lumalabas. Source file not compiled.
It may something dun sa installation ng app ng DevC dyan sa library. So, I would suggest download the file, download the installer na ipo-provide ko. Kasi yung nasa ano naman, yung nasa computer laboratory naman, gumagana naman yun. So, sa ano na, since yung lab activity nyo, take home, so you're gonna do it sa bahay. Anyway, the submission of your laboratory activities would be on Thursday pa naman. So you can still work on those sa bahay. Okay? So sa Thursday pa. So hindi ko ginawang today yung submission nun para you have more time, no excuses for late submission and everything. So Thursday, and then download the installer na ipo-provide ko. Okay? So for now, that's fine. Okay. So balik muna tayo. So for example, we are going to create a program that will ask the user to enter a grade for 4 subjects. Tapos, ang condition would be if the average is greater than 70, not greater than, if the average is 70 and pataas, and of course, pass. The student will pass. If the average is less than 70, then it's failed. Okay? So paano 'yon? So for example, gawa muna ako dito ng ng string. So enter grade for example, science. Then gawa ko ng variable for science grade. So S grade. Tapos, copy ko na lang to. So edit ko lang. 4, diba? Kailangan ko ng 4. Oops. Okay, so enter grade for example, math. Then M grade. Tapos enter grade for English. Then E grade. Then enter grade for Filipino. Then F grade. Ayan. So syempre, these variables again are not yet known by our compiler. So we need to declare them. And since we are talking about grade and grades are not just whole numbers. So what applicable data type kaya should we use?
Float,
Float.
sir.
Float. Pwedeng
Float.
float. So float, S grade, M grade, E grade, tapos F grade. Tapos syempre, 'di ba, like what I mentioned earlier, we need to get the average. So kailangan meron tayong variable for the average. So ave. So ngayon dahil so these are now our input. So the user will input grades, 'di ba? So we need to process those input. So how are we going to compute for the average? So what is the formula for the average? How do you get the average of a particular equation?
I-add sir tapos i-divide sa 4 kung ilan yung
Yes,
subject.
tama. So to get the average, you need to get the sum, then divide it sa total number of items. So ave is equals to what? So S grade plus M grade plus E grade plus F grade divided by 4. Tama? So ngayon, 'di ba ang sabi, i-test niya yun or i-evaluate niya yun yung average. If the average tawag dito, is 70 and pataas, 70 and above, then the remark should be passed. If the average is less than 70, then the remark is failed. So, what would be our next line of statement here?
If sir.
So, gagamit na tayo ng if. So, if what?
Av.
So, what operator are we going to use? Are we going to use arithmetic, relational, or logical?
Relational po.
Relational. Okay, and what relational operator are we going to use? If for example, dito
Equal
is
or greater than
Greater than or equal to po.
greater than or equal to
70.
70. Tapos, ang remark niya, so remarks passed. Do I need else if?
No na po, sir.
Else, ano na? Else, see out, remark. Okay, so lagyan lang natin dito ng para hindi siya dikit. Tsaka gusto ko ng arte. So see out. Lagyan natin the same. Or asterisk. Kailangan matuto tayong i-personalize or i-customize yung mga code natin para 'di ba magandang tignan. Yung \n same lang siya ng ENDL, 'di ba? Ema lang. Okay. So, save natin. Compile. Oops, anong problema? Kasi wala akong semicolon. Dito. So, execute. Sorry. Execute, compile ko muna. Okay, so we don't have any errors. So don't forget to compile first, ha? So why? Because kapag let's say, di ba kanina nandun tayo sa itetest natin yung number if it's positive, negative, or zero. Kapag kinlik mo yung run, yun pa rin yung alam niya. Yun pa rin yung i-execute niya. So the reason why we need to compile it first in order for the compiler to read the new codes, the new line statements dito sa IDE natin, sa environment natin, then sa kanya i-execute. So, pwedeng compile and run na para sure, compile and run, ganun. So, after nyan, biglang magpa-pop up na yun na window. So, for example, we have 70, 70, 70, 70. So, what's the average for this one? Siyempre 70, di ba? 70 plus 70 plus 70 plus 70 plus 70 plus 70 divided by 4 is 70. So, the remark should be passed. Pero, sorry, I forgot to put an end line here. I mean a new line para hindi dumikit. Compile and run. So, for example, 70, 70, 70, 70, then 70. So, pass. Okay. So, malalaman natin yung average niyan kapag display din natin. So, for example, mag-display. How are we going to display the average? So, di ba cout, let's say average. Tapos, anong kailangan ko pa para ma-display yung computed average?
The variable av.
Iko-call ko yung av, correct. Iko-call ko yung variable av. Tayo ko na ng new line dito para hindi dumikit. Okay. So, execute natin, compile and run. Okay. Naka-dual screen kasi ako kaya yung console ko sa kabilang screen pumupunta. Okay, so let's say 70, 60, 100, 90. So, it's 80. Average 80. Pass. Pero, try natin yung may decimal. So, let's say 75 plus 85.5 plus 60.75, then 45. So, di ba? What do we notice dun sa output natin sa average? It has
decimal
because the data type is
float
float. And then why it's failed? Because the condition is below 70. Correct. So, nakukuha? Nakakasunod?
Yes po, sir.
Yung iba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so may question naman ako. What if I will not use greater than or I will not use greater than or equal? I'll just use greater than. Ano dapat ang value ko dito?
greater than 6. Hindi.
Di ba dapat 70 pataas, pasado? Eh what if greater than lang to? Anong value ko
69
dapat?
po.
69, that's correct. Hindi ko alam bakit to sa kabilang section. Hirap. Di talaga alam. Ang tagal nila bago masagot yung tanong ko dito na what if I will not use greater than or equal, I'll just use greater than. So papaano pa rin magiging tama at hindi magiging logically incorrect or hindi tayo magkakaroon ng logical error kapag niran natin tong program. So syempre, 'di ba? Kaya bakit 69? Kasi any number greater than 69. So that means pasok yung 70. Tama? So kung gagawin nating 70 to, syempre that means 71 pataas. So kapag greater than 70 at walang equal sign, kapag ang average mo ay 70, ano mangyayari? Failed 'yun.
Fail.
Oo, tama. So greater than or equal dapat kapag 70, kapag greater than lang, it's just 69. Tama. Very good. Okay, so let's try another example. Saglit. Saan yung mga examples ko? Pero I believe yung mga klase nyo sa hapon, nag-declare na ng online, tama?
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Yes po.
Kawawa naman yung mga nagpunta ng school. Di ba hindi kayo nahihirapan sumakay?
Sir, umuwi po ulit ako.
Edyo lang.
Sino ba yung klase? Ano yung klase nyo prior to?
Chemistry, sir.
Oh, hindi na namin hawak yun. Hindi yun part ng ng CSE. Sa Gen Ed na yun. So, ako nag-announce ako, di ba? Pero late ko na rin kasi na-receive yun. Bali, parang yung approval na pwedeng daw mag-online. Parang minutes before na I just received it minutes before na nag-message ako sa inyo sa GC. Parang baka mamaya may pumasok. Ayun. Pumasok nga. Saan ba to?
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Yung kung greater than lang yung sa average, tas 69, kapag may decimal point, magpapass pa din yun.
Alin?
Kunwari, greater than 69, tas may, ano siya, 69.5, nakapass yan.
69.5? Siyempre hindi. Dahil what? 70 nga eh. Greater than or equals to 70. So 69.5 is still below 70. Wala naman tayong round off eh.
Pag greater than lang po, pag walang equals,
Alin?
yung, ayan po.
Oh, greater 60 tapos 69,
Opo.
tapos 69.5. Oo, kasi naka-flow tayo eh.
Okay.
So ika-count niya 'yun as greater than 69. 'Di ba 69.5 is still greater than 69. So dahil ano, so try natin. Tingnan natin So i-comment ko muna 'to. So tawag dito. Ang gawin ko dito, float average is equals to 69.5. Tama, 69.5. O sabi natin 69.1. Isabihin, it's greater than ano, di ba? It's greater than 69 kasi 69.1. So tignan natin kung anong remarks niya. Pass.
Thank
Bakit?
you, sir. Say greater than 69.
Oo, greater than 69. Tama. Kaya, paano natin, dahil merong loophole na ganyan, di ba? Dahil may loophole na ganyan, paano tayo makaka-ensure na dapat 70 and pataas lang talaga yung pass?
Greater than or equals to 70.
Correct. Greater than or equal to 70. Tama. So, greater than or equal to 70 dapat. Tama. Very good. Okay, so what else? Ito, last example and then I'll let you tawag dito. I'll let you work on your ano na. So create a program. Ayan. Nabasa? So create a program that will input employee name, rate per hour, and the number of hours worked, and will compute the daily wage of an employee. If the number of hours worked exceeds 8 hours, add 30% to each excess hours as overtime rate. So yung formula daw, daily wage is equals to rate per hour times na number of hours worked plus OT pay. So how are we going to create kaya yan? So, sige, barayin muna natin ito. Ano yung sabi ano yung sabi dun sa scenario? Will input employee name. So, so syempre, see out, enter your name. Okay, so enter after entering your name, saan natin siya i-store kaya? Di ba mag-enter tayo ng name?
Sa employee name.
Enter employee name. Enter employee name. Anong data type kaya ang gagamitin natin for employee name?
String po.
String. Tama, string. So pagpalagay natin na e-name, mamaya na natin i-declare yung mga data. Alamin muna natin yung mga variable natin, saka natin siya i-declare. Okay. And then, see out. Ang sabi, rate per hour. So, enter rate per hour. So, enter rate per hour. So, CE natin, sabi natin rate. And then, see out. Ano mo yung kailangan pa? Number of hours worked. Number of hours worked. Then, see in work hours na lang. Okay. So ayan. Tapos sabi, if the number of hours work exceeds 8 hours, add 30% to each excess hours as overtime rate. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nag-exceed na siya ng 8. So, for example, 10 hours nag-work. Ilan yung hours na overtime?
2.
2. So, dahil may 2 hours, dahil meron kang 2 hours na work, ano yung, ilan yung i-multiply ilan yung i-multiply natin sa 30%, para makuha yung 30% per hour, per each hour. Yung rate per hour, 'di ba meron tayong rate per hour. So ilan yung multiply natin sa rate per hour? Tapos 30%. Paano natin makukuha 'yun? For example, I work 10 hours, tama? Tapos ang rate ko for example is 300 per hour. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nag-work ako ng 8 hours, magkano dapat yung sahod ko?
$2,400, sir.
2,400, tama. 2,400. Ngayon, dahil meron akong OT na 2 oras, magkano yung idadagdag? Magkano yung rate per hour ko? 300, di ba? 300 times, para makuha yung 30%.
2.
Times 2. 2 hours.
Kukuhain ng kaibigan niya.
Tapos, kapag nakuha na yan, times
30%.
Ano yung 30% in decimal?
0.3 po.
0.3, tama. So, 2,400 plus 300, which is yung per hour mo, times 2 hours sa sobra times 0.3. So magkano yun? So if we have 300 times 2, 600 times 0.3, meron kang additional na 180 pesos. Tama? So magkano na yung total mo? So total is what? 2,400
2,520, sir. 580 po.
2,518. 580 pala, sorry. 180 eh. 2,580. Nagigets? If it exceeds 8 hours. So paano kaya natin muna dito ilalagay 'yon? So anong condition natin? If what? Ano yung ano yung condition natin? Number of hours, 'di ba? So if hours is what?
Greater than 8.
Greater than 8. If hours is greater than 8, sorry ba to? If hours is greater than 8, then so syempre multiple multiple lines yung nasa loob ng if natin kasi meron tayong equation then yung solution. So ang magiging equation natin dito ay, so for example, daily wage, d wage is equals to what? So yung rate per hour, so dahil so mangyayari hours, sorry, yung rate per hours natin is hours minus 8, minus 8. So paano natin paano natin 8 hours pala. Sorry, 8 hours multiply by tama 8. So 8 hours multiply by rate plus what? Hours minus 8 para makuha natin yung sobra. Tama? Tapos, multiply by rate multiply by 0.3. Tapos, sabi natin na daily wage, see out. Daily wage is the wage. Okay. So, pag hindi naman sobra, else, pag hindi naman sobra, the usual computation natin. Daily wage is equals to hours times rate. Tama? Yun lang naman, pag hindi sobra. Pag sobra lang, saka siya magkakaroon ng ganito. So, kapag hindi sobra, it's just hours times rate. Tapos, see out. Daily wage. Wage. So, now, alam na natin yung mga variables natin. So, tawag dito. So, gawin natin float. So, float d wage, then rate, then hours. Ano pa ba ako ibang variable? Wala na, no? Tapos, lang. So, string name. E-name. Kasi yung e-name ay string. Pero I believe kailangan natin siya maglagay ng include string dito. Yan. Wait ko compile ko muna. Yun, wala. Walang error. Okay, pero lagyan ko ng end line muna dito. NDL. Tama. So, i-compile na, i-compile muna natin. Let's see if walang error. Okay, so walang error. So, gawin muna natin 8, so run natin. Kailangan pala i-print out natin din yung, kasi parang nonsense na nag-enter tayo ng name. So, enter, employee name, then e-name, tapos cout, rate per hour. Kulang ako na. Tapos yung rate. Then cout. Number of hours worked. Hours. Or pwede rin kasi ang gawin natin dito excess hour para hindi magulo, hiwalayin natin yung excess hours. So, pwedeng paglagay na ako na dito ng float OT. Yung OT is equals to what? Hours minus 8. Tama? Yan yung OT mo. Yan yung OT, 'di ba? Yung sosobra ng 8 hours, yun yung OT. Tama ba ako?
Apo.
Okay, tapos dito magiging formula na natin dito is what? So magiging OT times rate times 0.3. Tama? So ibig sabihin, kung ano na yung sosobra sa 8 hours, for example, 2, i-multiply sa rate, then multiply sa 0.3, which is 30%. So dahil naka-OT, nag-declare tayo dito na OT is hours minus 8. So OT, papalitan na natin to ng OT. So dahil magdidikit-dikit yung mga yan, lagyan natin ng end line. Do you guys follow yung iba? Hello? Do you guys follow kung ano yung ginagawa natin ngayon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes po, sir.
Tapos same din dito sa baba. Ayan, para makita natin yung difference.
Sir, yung sa ano po?
Ay, alin? Ano sabi dito? Bakit? Yan to. Yan. Ito pa pala. Colon yung nagawa ko instead na semicolon. Yes, may concern?
Wala, sir. Isa colon lang po.
Ayan, tama. Okay, so execute na natin. So, let's say, enter, name Mark. Tapos, ilang hours, kunwari? 8 muna. Try mo natin yung 8 hours. Okay, 8 hours. So, dapat kung 8 hours, walang OT yan, di ba? So, Tapos, yung rate per hour natin, sabihin natin 200. So, magkano dapat?
Sir, baligtad po yung input.
Ay, sorry. Oo nga, baliktad. Close muna natin. Tama. Thank you. Okay, Mark. Then rate per hour natin 200. Tapos number of hours natin 8. So, magkano lang dapat to? Magkano yung daily wage natin?
1.6.
1.6. Tama ba? Ayan. Tama naman 1.6 pero so doble-doble. Yung tanggalin ko pala to. Daily wage. And tapos ayun. Execute natin. Compile na run. So tama ba? Tama ba yung sagot natin?
Yes, sir.
Apo.
Okay. Tama. So yung kanina, example natin, 300 yung per hour niya, tapos 10 hours siya. So dapat, ang expected answer natin ay 2,580. Okay? So, baliktad space to para hindi nakadikit. Save natin, compile, na run. Okay, so type in yung name. Tapos, rate natin per hour, 300. Tapos 10 hours. So, ilan yung magkano yung expected daw natin dapat?
258 po.
2,580. Did we get the correct answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, walang logical error. Kasi tama yung output natin. So, anything that is excess of 8, di ba? Anything which is excess of 8, iba yung gagamitin niyang formula. Ito. Kapag naman normal, regular, 8 hours or below 8 hours, ito lang. Tong the usual, ano natin, the usual formula natin. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Diba madali naman siya intindihin. It's a matter of how you understand the logic. So ako ang ginagawa ko, best practice ko kasi, so tiyatype ko muna dito. Kasi syempre hindi mo pa may isip kung ano yung mga variables na gagamitin mo eh, di ba? So as you go along the way, may mahanap mo na yung mga variables na gagamitin mo, and then after, syempre, pagtatapos ko na, ito yung mga variables na gagamitin ko. Tsaka ko siya i-declare. Okay. So, 'di ba yung bakit string yung data type ng variable ename?
Kasi words po.
Words siya, tama. So, if you are using the data type string, then you need to include string kasi yung string na syntax nasaan? Nasa library na string. So, para magamit mo tong syntax na string, kailangan tawagin mo yung library na string. Yung header na string. Gets?
Apo.
Okay. Oh, yun. So actually that's very much it for the if else if tsaka else for the selection. So here's the instruction. Okay, so let me open your lab activity. So you're gonna do 2 lab activities. So your lab activity number 7 and lab activity number 8. Yan. Okay,
Excuse
so
me,
sa
sir.
ah,
May installer po ng Dev C++.
magpo-provide ako ng installer. Okay. So, eto, wait lang, i-publish ko na. Kasi chinek ko with the first section, with 101, they were able to install it naman na maayos. So, can you refresh your canvas under week number 8? Should be showing na.
Meron na po.
Okay, so can someone access the installer, then try to install it sa laptop or sa PC nyo and see if it's working? Okay, so while someone is testing to download and install, so yan, so in-update ko na yan, so naka-devc na yan. Pati yung mga samples dito naka-devc na rin. Okay. So yan, nilagyan ko na siya dito, 'di ba? Include namespace std. So don't forget to put this line sa may header natin. Okay. So you're going to answer two laboratory activities. So for example, for lab 7, you need to answer two scenarios. So you need to find the area of the circle and you need to create a program that will convert temperature. So nakalagay dito, take a screenshot of the codes and the output and save the file as last name underscore lab7 underscore 1.cpp. Okay, so tingnan natin dito, diba? Use the formula pi times radius. Kasi diba, what's the formula to get the area of the circle? Pi r squared. Tama? And r squared, 'di ba? What do we mean by r squared? We need to multiply radius to
Radius.
itself. Okay. And pi daw is 3.14159. So, how are we going to use that here? For example, pi. Pi is what? Is it a variable? No.
Constant.
Constant. Tama. Pi is a constant. And based on our discussion last time, how do we declare a constant? So there are two ways, 'di ba? So ano ko muna to? I-comment ko muna black. Comment ko muna para yan. So there are two ways. So first, you can use you can define your constant in the preprocessor directive using what preprocessor?
Cons.
Huh? Pag sa taas, define, 'di ba? Define, then let's say you are going to define the word pi kasi hindi ka naman makakagamit ng Greek letter, 'di ba, dito sa programming. So you define the word pi, then space the value, which is 3.159. So ibig sabihin, if I will print out if I will print out this word or this constant pi, it should what? It should give me $3.14159. So ibig sabihin, pag ginamit ko tong word na to, tong pi na to, tingnan nyo, pag hinighlight nyo, ibig sabihin yan ay ang value niyan nagbabago, hindi.
G po.
Hindi, kasi you define it as constant. So any part of your program, if you use this, the compiler will use 3.14159. Okay? So that's the first step. That's the first way to define a constant. So pwede naman na hindi ka dito. Pwede ka dito sa pinaka main. Pwede ka dito sa pinaka loob ng program mo. Yun yung sinasabi niyo na gagamit tayo ng const. Okay, const. And then what data type?
Float po.
Float kasi may decimal. Then your variable equals 3.145. Ay, kulang ng bit ng tuldok. Yan. So the answer should be the same dapat pag kinompile natin yan. Tama? So that means you declare that the word pi is a constant. Are we clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
po.
Good. So, ayan. Tapos, for example, yan na, sana yung, sorry. For example, ito yung kunwari answer mo. Ito yung answer mo dun sa ano kanina, dun sa activity. So, syempre, you have to take a screenshot nitong dev C++ mo. Pero, class, I want you to put your name, to put your name here. So, gagawin nyo lang, mag-block comment muna kayo. So dito, mag-comment kayo ng name nyo. For example, so Tycho Mark Jason. And then, CPEC 103-102G. Then, laboratory activity 7. Yan. So, kailangan may ganito Kailangan merong para makita ko na kayo talaga gumawa ng program nyo. So you have to put your name, your course, your section, and what laboratory activity is this. So put it in a block comment. Ibig sabihin, pag block comment, babasahin ba to ng compiler? Hindi.
Hindi po.
Hindi.
Po, sir.
Kasi naka-comment lang siya. Okay. Katulad dito. 'Di ba? Nilagay ko siya sa block comment para hindi basahin ng compiler tong part na to. Ito lang yung i-process niya. Okay, so for example, tapos na 'yan. So open na snipping tool, take a screenshot. Kailangan yung screenshot nyo hanggang nandito. Bakit hanggang dito? Kasi para ma-capture kung pag kinompile nyo ba may error or wala. Tapos, syempre, you'll just have to paste it sa baba ng number. Yan. Yan. Tapos, the output. Paano tayo mag-paste ng output? Ito, itong window. Screenshot nyo lang yan. Kahit hindi na buo, kasi ito lang naman yung output eh. Kahit yan. Tapos, i-screenshot nyo, ipapaste nyo saan? Dito sa baba. So, you can actually put a label. Type nyo lang, output. Tapos, dito, codes. Pero syempre, dahil gusto ko naka-calibate, Fourier new. Kasi 'di ba lahat ng mga answer nyo na naka-text dapat naka-Fourier new. Yan. Naintindihan paano yun dito?
Yes, sir.
Apo.
Okay. And also, so once done, you 'di ba meron kayo nakalagay dito, save save yung file nyo as last name underscore lab7 underscore 1. Ito naman, lab7 underscore 2. So, isa-save nyo yung CPP file because i-upload nyo rin yan sa Canvas. So, technically, how many files am I expecting na naka-upload sa lab7 nyo sa Canvas?
3, sir.
3, tama. Isang lab report na naka-PDF at 2 CPP files. Correct. So, same goes with laboratory activity number 8. So, sa laboratory activity number 8, you have 3 programs to create. So, dahil 3 programs to, isang lab report, so how many files? 4.
4 po.
Okay, so yun lang. So, you just have to do those instructions and upload the file. So, kapag walang file, walang grade. Okay, so because I am checking the files one by one. Okay, just to ensure that you guys just not, copy and pasted screenshots from your classmate. I need to make sure that you guys are the one doing your own lab report. Especially, take home to. Kapag sa school kasi, I can monitor, di ba? Pero dahil take home to, so you have to also upload your files, your CPP files. Are we clear?
Yes po.
Okay, good. How about the others?
Yes po.
Okay, so sino na nakapag-install nung DevC?
Ako, sir.
Okay naman.
Okay naman, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so actually that's all. So we were able to discuss input-output, how to use input-output syntaxes and how to do conditional structures. So you guys should be able to answer your lab 7 and lab 8. Okay? So ayun lang. I'll just get the attendance one more time before I let you go. So hindi ko naman uubusin tong oras natin. Okay, so one more attendance. Say present lang kung nandyan pa. Baka mamaya nag-leave na sa chat. Okay, so ayan, nag-leave na dito sa meeting. Abinel, still there?
Present po.
Agravante?
Hello?
Present po, sir.
Sige po.
Asuncion?
Pwede pa hintayin na lang po.
Asuncion?
Barangay Onso. Barangay
No,
Onso.
wala. Okay, wala siya.
Sige po, pawait na lang po. Nag-attendance po ako sa klase.
Buenaventura?
Present po.
Okay, next, Campita.
Present po.
Kapuli.
Present po.
Karandang.
Present, sir.
Del Mundo.
Present, sir.
Duran, nandyan na ba? Wala talaga ako, absent na to. Duroy? Where's Duroy? Nandiyan ba si Duroy? Kanina nag-present pa yun na. Okay, wala talaga siya.
Present po, sir.
Asan? Asan ka?
Magkasama po sila ni Gwyneth.
Okay. Bakit wala kang, wala kang sariling Zoom? Walang ganyan na. Pag sa Secretus class, you should have your own login ha. Okay.
Sir, hindi raw po kasi siya makapasok.
Espedilyon.
Present po.
Fernandez.
Present po.
Fernando.
Present po, sir.
Ponoliera.
Present, sir.
Garcera.
Present po.
Garcia.
Present po.
Late ka, wala ka kanina. Huerto.
Present po.
Landicho.
Present po.
Madrona,
Present po.
Marshall,
Present po.
Mencias, nandiyan na ba?
Present po.
Okay, late ka rin. Wala ka rin kanina attendance. Tawag dito, Meneses. Si Meneses, nandiyan pa ba? Nakikita ko naman siya dito. Pero are you there? Hello?
Present, sir.
Okay. Moriel?
Sir,
Present po.
Ano daw? Nicodemus?